what misconceptions did you have about EastEnders? Well, Striking Life 704 says, what's something about EastEnders you thought was true, but it turned out to be false? Just read the title again, why not? I also thought Mr. Lester and Fat Elvis were the same person until I found out Fat Elvis was actually black. See, I just, on this topic of Fat Elvis, I for years just thought he was just like an Elvis impersonator who was fat. That was literally it. I just thought he was like, he goes around London, obviously, singing like Elvis songs. Like recently where Elvis's grandson started singing Burning Love, but they replaced Love with Boom. They got a big AJ in it. So he's just like a hunk of burning boom. It's so weird. But like one thing that I used to thought that like the names on the show were actually the actress names. Like Steve McFadden in real life is actually called Phil Mitchell. Like, you know.
Okay.
And also like I think one that we can all agree on is we all thought the sets were actual houses. Like
I still thought, honestly, until you actually see the like behind the scenes stuff, in my brain I refuse to believe that they're not just like doors. I refuse to believe it's not like, I don't know. There's something about I'm gonna blame the autistic part of my brain, but I refuse to believe that those houses aren't real. But they did like, it just ruins my brain. It just ruins my brain.
I always.
It's always when they have to do scenes of them going up the Queen Vic. Obviously, there's no stairs. Like, you just go up the first flight of stairs and there's nothing. So like, you have to, if you do that, you then have to show you going up the stairs. You have to go to a different part of the set in order to actually get to that bit. It's crazy.
One that always confused me, and it still does, is obviously we know they're sets, but I'm always thinking, how do you going up a flight of stairs in like the show always confuses me, because obviously the stairs, like you said, are not there. I'm like, do they just go up to a certain point, like they're in a game, and then there's a hidden like wall, and you just like can't move past it?
Trapdoor, back down. Yeah, no, it's always a weird one. I remember a story. I remember because obviously I used to watch EastEnders when I was like 7, 8, 9, roughly. Like I think it was like 8 to like 11, roughly, when I first initially watched it. And I remember my sister was telling me about how, well, see, we both interpret it in different ways. She told me that Nick Cotton had run Dot over, and I went, oh, I was sad because like, oh, not Dot, he didn't deserve that. And then she pulled up paint.net and started drawing this ridiculously fake car and went, yeah, you ran her over in that. And I was like, why would she lie? Why would she lie? Little did I know, when the next episode where Dot showed up, it was like I'd seen a ghost. I was like, what do you mean? I thought she was dead. And obviously, the way I interpret it is like, oh, but yeah, Dot was probably run over by Nick. Oh, that makes sense. She believed that I thought that he'd run her over in that ridiculously fake car that she drew on paint.net. So we are not the same. It's not even the worst thing my sister convinced me. At some point, this is a complete tangent as well. My sister once, at Easter, when you do an Easter egg hunt, right?
Yes.
And as a kid, it's exciting. Oh no, you still do it. It's right. Hide all the Easter eggs around, find it. Oh, delicious, yum yum yum. Well, my brother and my sister conspired, like using their DS on PictoChat, that they were going to tell me that they'd hidden an Easter egg on me. And I've still not found it. It's been like 15 years. Still not found that Easter egg. I believed it, hook, line, and sinker. They were so adamant. I'm like, God, I guess I don't know where it is, but just sure it'll turn up one of these days.
And it's the fact I've seen your garden. It's like small in comparison to the house I used to live in. Yeah. So I'm just imagining you going onto the bottom of the fence. You're at the bottom of the fence, like peeking. Oh, jeez, my headphone came out. Just peeking over, and no one's there. You're like trying to find the egg, but nothing's there.
But yeah, stop recording again.
Yeah, recording again. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So to think that my sister convinced me that they hid an Easter egg on me is still got to be one of the most ridiculous things that's ever happened to me. There's been a lot of them. Not related to EastEnders though. I won't lie. Sorry.
Just you reckon they did it every holiday for you? I just like to imagine they did it every holiday for you. Like Christmas, they hid a present and picked up chat. Halloween,
It's
they
just a
created an obviously
ridiculous thing. Yeah.
Halloween they created an obviously
Look,
fake door.
growing up with siblings is good fun. Especially if you are the baby. But yeah, it's a wild time. Misconception about EastEnders. I mean, obviously, at some point, everybody believes that the characters are just, as you said earlier, real. Like, it reaches a point where you actually get critical thinking, where you realize that it is just a show and it's all for show. But like, you do just see all the actors as the character. That's all you know them by. And I tend to like to try keep that kind of facade in my brain because it's less fun being like, oh, this is just a show. But I don't know. Have to kind of do bit of A, bit of B. What I thought is true.
The one that I always like go to is like the food. Because obviously you think the food is real. It's obviously real. It's not like Play-Doh. But like, I always
like it's cold. It's just you don't want to eat it. It's been sat there for like 2 hours.
Because I always think the worst scenes to do is Christmas, simply for the dinner. So imagine like, because obviously you're
you have to do the continuity, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if you have to do the retake, it's like, oh yeah, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Oh no, I thought you had more. Yeah, because imagine eating it because imagine all the scene. Because I imagine it's hard when they have to cut the turkey, and say Steve McFadden when he's cutting the turkey slits his finger a little bit and goes, fuck, and they're like, oh shit, redo that, Steve. Like I'm just imagining, did they just glue the turkey's leg back on, or what happened?
I don't know.
I
mean, you just don't really show it. You just have them like act like they're doing it. It's like, I mean, it was a thing that it was a Coronation Street actor. I think it's like Mikey North. So he plays Gary Windass, and he told a story about one time it was like a Christmas scene, and obviously in the scene he takes a big bite out of a Scotch egg, but because of continuity, you have to keep taking bites out of Scotch eggs. So, and it took a while to film this scene, so we had like 16 Scotch eggs. It's just constantly having to eat a Scotch egg. Delicious, but also not when you're trying to do your fucking job.
Yeah. Just side note, I don't know if this is true because I probably just believe podcast bullshit. But is it true that Les Batterby in the Coronation Street universe found a Yorkshire Ripper like body?
I don't know.
Because you might have to Google it. But I just was watching a podcast and it brought up the fact that Les Batterby in the in the Coronation Street universe found a Yorkshire Ripper body in character, like not the actor, in character. But I don't know if that's true.
I've not heard about this. I won't lie.
I don't think it's true.
No. Apparently, he was just accused of being the Yorkshire Ripper. Like the actor.
How?
I don't know. I don't know. But apparently he was. Well, he was a northerner, and at the time of the Yorkshire Ripper, you know, apparently he just. Oh yeah, apparently he did discover one of the bodies. The actor did, and so he was suspected.
Right. I thought he found it in character, which would have been. I know.
No.
I know it's not funny, but it's just in character. He finds the body, and it's like redo that scene there, Les. Get back out there.
No.
Isn't he also the small fella from Strictly from that one season we watched?
What? No.
Les Batterby.
No, that's Les Dennis.
I'm confusing the two. Sorry.
Yeah.
After that tangent, Will I read some of the Walford ones?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
This is by Slap That Bass Bro. There's the houses we see on set are actual houses after all. They do look like houses, yeah. And then Bisto says, I can't imagine what you thought Lister and Fowler were the same person. That's amazing though. Oh, when I was a kid, I assumed Walford was a real place, but confused it with Watford.
Yes, I remember we getting confused. It's like, oh no, it's in Walford. Watford. Walford. Watford. But they say Walford in the Watford. No.
It's like you with
Ruining my dreams.
The butter debate.
Yeah, that TV interview. Butter. Butter.
Butter.
Walford. Watford. Walford. Watford. Watford. Walford. Oh, they got me.
Continuing on. Big D 1996 says, talking about Fat Elvis, I always thought Mo and Charlie were a thing because they were always around each other. Turns out Mo is Charlie's mother-in-law. I did not know that.
Never really understood the relations between Mo and Charlie because there wasn't much love between them. Like they were both just kind of mucking by, trying to just get by and deal with the Slaters.
Yeah. Happy the cat too says, as a kid, for some reason I thought Linda and Bianca were sisters on the show because I thought they looked similar, and it took me until they had an argument at Whitney's wedding in 2019 that I realised they weren't. Now as an adult, I question why I came to that conclusion. I must have not been thinking straight, Lamau.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't rethink what you like. So sometimes you just don't question what you think you know, and that's how like these misconceptions spread. It's like it's weird.
The next one might make you laugh. Liberal Chungus says, I thought Shirley was David Bowie or the guy from ABC as a kid, or at least related to him.
Fucking David Bowie.
Or Bowie.
I'm sure they'd be happy with that fucking comparison, to be honest. Honestly, yeah, I'm never gonna be able to look at Shirley the same. I'm just gonna see David Bowie. Stage time.
On a darker note, I always used to see scummy clickbait YouTube videos claiming that characters / stars had died. Don't see them anymore, but do a lot on Hollyoaks. Fair enough.
Maybe that's what my sister did after convincing me that Nick mowed Dot down. She just found a side hustle.
Yeah, new career path.
Straight rolling. Some say it's the same car.
It wasn't even a good car. It was like that shitty moped.
Oh, it looked like car built for Homer.
Well, the car Homer built in the fucking Brother episode.
His brother bought it for him, yeah.
I thought it was the pussy. Is it not the Minge Mobile from the In-Betweeners? The fucking
yeah.
The one with the two front doors and no back door.
Yeah.
We all know someone who had that car, at least. Tita Mango says, like many people, I definitely thought about Roxy and Ronnie were twins.
Twins, maybe not. Sisters, yeah, sure, but twins, no.
That girl 8709 says, I wasn't watching EastEnders when it happened, so when Mick was lost at sea, I saw a post basically saying Mick Carter confirmed dead. So I thought they killed him off for a while until I saw he hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of happens in passing where you read something, then it's like, oh, that makes sense. Then you go, oh, wait, no, that was just nonsense. Like the amount of times, it's like articles, right? Articles get their money off making you compelled enough to click on it. And then typically it's like, oh, I mean, I say that we do that as well, but that's just don't hate the player, hate the game. But like you do get at me like, oh, that's why typically in our videos we don't tend to like try clickbait beyond like the initial like got you clicking on it, dickhead way. Like at that point, it's just like we may as well just tell you what the actual thing is. I think with that generally said though, kind of an interesting little tangent. I've honestly, I don't remember. I spent too long thinking about this fucking genre of television. And yeah, interesting misconceptions. Love to hear what people had in the comment section. Most people have like one or two things they thought initially, but I, like most people, thought that it was all real and the sets were real, and it's not, and that's gutting. That is gutting. But yeah, tell us what you think in the comment section. We've been watching Walford. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.